Usually something unexpected happens or something that she did not anticipate. And it causes her to enjoy the interaction in the situation so much, she ends up doing something that she didn't plan on doing. And so it's not this thing where it should be met with negativity or hostility or treated as something disrespectful happened. A man inviting you to his crib and you actually come, it's a lot more logical for him to just chill and not try anything that first time, because that guarantees you're going to come again. Like and I mentioned earlier the things that men expect. If he doesn't expect anything, just being able to sit next to you and talk and rub on your leg is a win. Just being able to see you in your cute fit and check out your ass, get a better view of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to get an up close and personal interaction with you is a win from a dude that just hollered at you at the club or just met you somewhere else. Just being in an intimate environment with you for 2 or 3 hours is a win if he went into it not expecting shit. So even at the end of the night, if he gets to hug you and slightly rub your butt or get up close on you, or all of those are wins from a male perspective. All of those things. The win. Got to see her up close. She's fine. She's thicker than I thought. She got on cute panties. She got on the thong. Like all these things that he can tell from being up close and personal with you are all seen as wins. So even if he don't get no pussy or no head, he comes away from the engagement feeling like he won. You don't see it that way. Y'all have the flawed perspective. All of these things that women think or that cause them to see this so negatively are usually assumptions or their limited personal experiences, which do not represent overall how all men operate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that women are horrible at evaluating character. We know that they fall for fuckboy moves. We see that the way that they think and operate makes them more vulnerable to fuckboys and men that are out to get them. So we see all these things in the female strategy and the female thought process and the female logic. Those are the reasons that they're struggling. They block and delete quality men without even giving it any thought. Because their friend said I'm not Netflix and chilling. They're not. They have such a negative view on it. They respond in a very harsh, negative manner. Right? So now let's talk about the woman that every time I went to a guy's house and we ended up having sex, like the women that are blaming the man for their lack of self-control, essentially. Because if you didn't go over there and get raped, that means you voluntarily gave up some pussy. Right? You either got raped in any situation where a woman went to a guy's house and had sex, she either was raped or she had sex voluntarily. Right? So if she's had a history where she's done this multiple times, she's holding it against the man on her lack of self-control. That's not his fault. If you don't want to fuck, don't fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with not having sex. There's nothing that obligates a woman to have sex on the first time she goes to a guy's house. But that is something that a woman chose to do. She just doesn't want to be held accountable for that. She wants to put that on him. It's his fault we ended up fucking. No, your pussy was wet and you took them panties off voluntarily. So those, you have a lot of different experiences and perspectives and attitudes that go into this, but that's generally what it boils down to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going to meet someone privately. You don't have to go to a public location or a restaurant or any of these type of places to have an effective date. The whole purpose of dating is to get to know a person one-on-one, to evaluate them, to determine that there's a mutual interest between y'all, and then to figure out if y'all compatible or not, and if there's a mutual interest to take the relationship to the next level. That can happen anywhere. You can have a date in a parking lot, leaning on a car, having a conversation. I've had several. Just sitting outside, communicating to a woman with her car. She was about to leave, but we started talking in the parking lot, end up talking for 2 or 3 hours. You can have a quality date anywhere. So when women treat a man inviting them to his house as if it's some automatic negative thing, that's her flawed and biased perception of that particular event that is having a negative impact on her dating experiences. So, I mean, thinking of the fucking on the first night. Men don't really care about that. Women care about that. Women care about when sex takes place. A man decided that you could get the dick before he ever hollered at you. When it happens or if it happens is up to you. Women decide that. Women are the gatekeepers for sex, not men. You know what I mean? So that's something that women care about. And it's another thing that doesn't really matter. Okay, so a woman that has sex on the fourth date, what's the difference? She's the only one that views it really different. Most men don't care. Men care about what led up to the sex. What type of connection was established prior to the sex. You fucking a dude that you ain't took no time to learn shit about, yeah, you will look like a hoe. But you end up getting some head and end up fucking a dude when you were at his crib for 4.5 hours and y'all ate dinner, y'all talked, y'all shot pool, y'all did this, y'all played video, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a great night. That's just a great night. That's not something that a person's going to look at negatively. On Love Jones. I know y'all seen Love Jones. They fucked on their first date. It was Nina a hoe? No, absolutely not. But that's what happens when you have a great date and chemistry and everything flows well. That's the kiss goodnight. All these things are things that could potentially lead to sex, which is something that both people enjoy. It's a mutual, pleasurable experience. That's why women that have I need money or I need some type of reward for having sex type of mentality does not mesh well because it doesn't represent what sex actually is. Sex is a mutual exchange of pleasure. I'm trying to please you. I expect to get some pleasure in return. That's it. Y'all place all the additional value on it. What it means we're about to be together. It means we care about each other. It means we're about to fall in love. Those are all the assumptions women place on sex. Guys look at it like, shit, that was fun. I can't wait to fuck again. That's how men approach it. They're looking forward to doing it again. They're not thinking that y'all falling in love. There's not an indictment on anything. It does not mean anything else except, shit, we on a level where we can fuck now. She likes me enough to fuck me. Let's make it happen again. Let me hit her up and see what she's doing Friday. Let me see what she's doing tonight. Not, now we're soulmates. Now we're about to be together forever. Y'all are the ones that have the flawed views on these things. Y'all are the ones that have these perceptions and these views that fuck over y'all. Y'all are the reason that I be trying to explain to y'all that that's not how men see it. It's very simple. It's extremely simple. I did not say anything that was complicated. I did not say anything that was new. We've all seen these situations play out before. So the things that so when we're talking about a woman going to visit a guy's house, we talked about why it's not a danger. Or how, or steps a woman can take to make herself feel more safe and more comfortable. We talked about is if sex does happen, it's something that she had to be willing to participate in. And it's very possible that it could be a very pleasant, enjoyable experience for both of them. So women are really the ones that make this such a big deal. It's really something that's overblown and doesn't mean what women think it means. So hopefully that'll clear up a lot of things or let y'all know what I feel about it. I'll be sharing the video on Instagram, and I'll also be sharing it on my YouTube channel at Terry Duran. Thanks for tuning in, man. I hope y'all have a good day.